I believe it's time to bring wind of changes to the routine, horrible pun intended. I've already released tons of videos for the 1.37 updated nations, so today we will be exploring something a bit different. That's right, we will be playing Ming. I super rarely play as the top 10 great powers and even more rarely the nations in the Chinese region. This is the highest development nation at the start of the game. It also has a huge and unique mission tree allowing us to choose different paths. We will be starting as the Emperor of China, so we will have to deal with that mechanic. Glad that we have stability cost modifier reduction in the national ideas, because in this run we will experience tons, and I mean tons of stab hits through various events, decisions and mandate interactions. Let's go boys, let's rule China. And at the start we are greeted with this absolutely lovely event which increases the minimum autonomy of all of our provinces. So we will need to work and reduce it via missions, events or decisions. Administrative overextension, minimum autonomy plus 25. This is actually one of the reasons why Ming has some difficulties at the start of the game, but once you resolve the Ming's difficulties, the campaign gets really satisfying. And this is our lovely Ming mission tree. As I said, there's different paths, so we can take for example the mission the 13 provinces. For this one we need to directly own the provinces in Dai Viet, or have Dai Viet as a subject, liberty desire less than 5%, high opinion, and it allows us to get different bonuses based on the way that we complete this. I actually love the fact that if you go for the diplomatic stance, you get additional 10 mandate. Mandate is gonna be super important in this run, because we will be trying to pass as many celestial reforms as we can, and each time we do it, it costs 70 mandate and also gives us a stability hit, of course. I think the most fun thing that you can do through the celestial reforms is pass elevate tributary status. Once you have this, you actually have a possibility of making your tributaries direct vassals. Now, it's not something you can do super early on, because as you can see, you need to pass at least 8 celestial reforms. Speaking of subjects, we start with quite a few of tributaries already. And yes, I've decided that in this run I will be trying to push ourselves through the mission tree through the diplomatic path. Now, this doesn't mean that we won't be going into some crazy wars, because for some of the missions we need to make some specific nations our tributaries. For example, Oirat over here. They start as the strongest horde in the game, and they also have Mongolia as their vassal. So this is probably gonna be the most tough war in the early parts of the campaign. Not to even mention that Oirat does have that specific event where they can capture your emperor and they get a huge morale of armies boost. So what we wanna avoid is them capturing him and them occupying Beijing, because there is another event which allows them to instantly occupy most of China. Now, a couple of things to keep in mind is that we start with only 15% crowlands, and having high crowlands is important for us because some of the missions require us to have, for example, this 40% over here. And if we want to reform the administration, we also need to either have 50% crowlands or eunuchs loyalty of 70 or greater. Now, it depends. We might be able to get eunuchs to be loyal, but I prefer to also keep the crowlands high just in case. So what I will be giving out is clerical ministers. This will give us 0.25 yearly harmony increase. Currently we have 50. At a high harmony we get some insane bonuses, including development cost minus 10%, tolerance of true faith plus 3, yearly corruption reduction of up to 0.50. This is absolutely massive, because some of the privileges that we will be granting, and one of the privileges that is given us to eunuchs by default, gives yearly corruption increase. So the plan is to grow harmony as fast as possible, not only for the amazing modifiers, but because this way we will also be able to harmonize different religions. For example, harmonizing pagan group will give us national unrest -1, and of course all of the pagan provinces will no longer contribute to our religious unity loss. What I personally like to do is grow harmony to nearly 100, so then we can start harmonizing the religions, and this way we won't be going down to low harmony, which really hurts stability cost modifier most importantly. Let's grab additional reform progress growth. I think institutionalized Shizu is pretty damn good, because we can get 5 additional harmony every 20 years for the small cost of additional influence for Shizu and prestige as well as meritocracy. Let's get oversight by the Shizu. Right of council for Kinwang. We are not going for supremacy over the crown, because this would also increase the influence of eunuchs, and this is definitely what we want to avoid. I don't expect to have any loans in this run, so I will not be given promote Shangbang bookkeeping. I will be giving out additional tax modifier. Tax is going to be a huge source of income for the early part of the run. At the start we're already getting 24 ducats just from taxation. This is going to grow massively the further we go on. economic freedom. Let's go for private trade fleets. And for eunuchs, the only privilege that I will be granting is single whip law. It does exempt them from seizing lands, so each time we seize lands, they will not be losing their control, and this means they will have higher influence. But I believe it's entirely worth the trade of getting additional national tax modifier of around 60%. It's massive, boys. Right, so this is gonna be it. We can go ahead and seize lands, and hopefully in no time we will be able to grow our crown lands to 50%. Now let's get some advisors. I will be going for this level 2 morale of armies one, trade efficiency, and sure, why not, all level 3 guys, national tax modifier as well. We will be getting additional harmony right now, and we could even pick our decree right now. I will be going for expand palace bureaucracy first. This is gonna give us development cost minus 10% as well as core creation cost reduction, but I'm gonna choose this a little bit later once we are ready to develop and core provinces, because this does cost 20 meritocracy, and the higher meritocracy we have, the more reform progress we are getting. Advisor cost reduction. Basically, it is important to keep it as high as possible. The only rival we can select is Ashikaga, so why not? Let's go ahead and select them. Let's start rooting out corruption. Get a general. He's terrible. No shock. I'm gonna make a ruler a general, but yeah, I won't be using him. I think we won't need that much money from our tributaries, so we can change the demands, and for example from Ayutthaya we can start requesting admin points. From most of these guys I will be selecting admin and diplo points at the beginning, and the ones that cannot give us points will be giving us manpower instead. Manpower is gonna be a bit of an issue because we have quite a big army and we will be losing soldiers in the first war. And it's the 11th of December, which means we will be starting our first war versus Oirat now. They are allied with Sarigogir, which is our tributary, so we're gonna have to lose them. I will probably annex these guys, because if we don't, then someone else will. If it's possible, we're gonna try to avoid engagements in flat terrain such as desert, because Oirat would receive 25% boost to shock damage, so we're gonna try to fight on mountains, but it all depends on how AI behaves. So this is a very important event. The eunuchs of the Ming Empire, we have two options here. We can select +1 stability, which would be nice, and gain 1 corruption. Or we can go for the first option, which affects requirements of the mission cornerstone of an empire, makes us lose 2 stability and 20 loyalty for the eunuchs. So it is this mission right here, and because I don't necessarily want to give out 5 privileges to the eunuchs, I will be selecting the first option. It's investment into a brighter future. Also, we have the money to select our naval doctrine, and we're gonna go for Chinese treasure fleet. 25% boost to colonial range, trade range, treasure fleet income. Once again, this is something that will be useful later on in the campaign. Let's see what we can get here. Oh, here we go. That's what I'm talking about. 4 shock this time. And actually, since we do have a good general now, let's also focus admin points. That's the points that we will need the most. Now, this could actually be a good engagement. He has 20,000, but he's in the mountains, and we have a decent ruler, or general, I should say. And yes, we are crushing them. So that's probably the only battle that we will have in this war, as we are nearly done here. And now we can either lose meritocracy or mandate. I'm gonna opt definitely for meritocracy. In most of these events I will be selecting to save mandate. Alright, we're done with the wars, so we can make them our tributary, and I'm also gonna take a few additional provinces which are a part of our current state. So it's really optional. You can just go for the tributary status. You don't need to drag out the war too long. This is just something that I prefer to do. Beautiful. Well, except for this, we have to spawn 18 rebels. And Oirat, we just bestowed gifts a few times and asked him to give us admin points now. So he's a loyal boy. Alright, so the next thing we can do is take this development cost and core creation cost reduction, and we're gonna pay a bit less for coring these new provinces. We also have 90 mandate, so I'm going to pass the first reform, which is gonna be development cost and autonomy change cooldown. We're down to 20, but we also have access to 13 provinces because we completed the mission that requires us to have high opinion with Daviet. So because we did it diplomatically, we're getting 10 mandate, which is amazing. Since we are below 50 mandate, we have some nasty debuffs. However, we're gonna get this back in no time to 50 plus. And with low mandate, what you want to do usually is avoid wars, but in this case, Kam, we can easily declare. He only has 1 alliance, so even with low mandate, this is going to be a piece of cake. Now, we also completed the nomadic frontier, so this means we will have access to banner regiments for 25 years. And we can also complete 2 more crises once we have at least 50 opinion with Oirat. So this is gonna take a bit of time because, yeah, they have some bad modifiers for forced tributary and aggressive expansion, but we will start improving relations. Look at that, man. 200 ducats just for nothing. I actually will try to have at least 1000 ducats in the pocket at all times, because sometimes you can get some nasty events which require you to pay money to essentially save mandate. And the thing is that we don't want to take any loans and we don't want to have any corruption, because it would reduce our mandate growth. So having some savings as Ming, I think, is quite important. Amazing timing to finish the war. We're gonna force this guy's religion, make him a tributary. With Kam, essentially we're doing the same, but we're also taking a couple additional provinces which are a part of our state, and which allows us to border Tsang. Now the thing with Tsang is that we can easily make him a tributary diplomatically, but I honestly don't like doing this because we would block off our path to India. What I prefer to do is just attack him, make a line, and also at the same time make him a tributary. So in this case we could even co-belligerent Guj if we wanted to and fight Mogulistan. I don't think I will be co-belligerenting them. But yeah, time to seize lands. That's gonna be a few rebels, nothing to really worry about. And Renaissance is now available, so what I'm gonna do is start developing the provinces that we need for the mission Tame China's Sorrow. We're gonna develop this 3 times each. We can expand infrastructure as well. There, we are done. Which means the event Yellow River Dikes appears. We're getting local development cost reduction, local tax modifier, monthly devastation reduction, 5 mandate most importantly, and potential floods along the Yellow River will be significantly less devastating for us. Actually, you know what? Let's start building a few more trade ships, since we do have the money for it. And I will also boost our stability ones. Oh, there we go. 1451 Yangtze River flood. We're losing 10 mandate, 2 stability, and some provinces will also receive 20 devastation in them, which in return reduces our mandate growth. Just amazing, isn't it? Yeah, so essentially these are the provinces affected by this event. The good thing is that all of them are getting devastation reduced 10 times faster as they have a fort in their vicinity. If they wouldn't have the forts there, what I would do is just develop these provinces a little bit, because it also reduces the devastation. And you can see how much it affects the mandate growth. It's insane. Let's go ahead and upgrade some centers of trade, since we do have so much cash lying around. And yeah, low mandate, don't care. We're gonna go ahead and take out Tsang. Okay, some good events. 25 additional admin power, sure. After all, good events do exist for Ming. Another good way of getting some additional mandate is diplomatically completing the mission with Korea. We just need to influence them. This is 150 ducats. Mission is done, Kingdom of Joseon. This makes them our historical friend. Don't really care about that. The most importantly, we're getting 5 mandate. Yep, that's about right. We're gonna make this guy our tributary. Tsang is gonna be our tributary, and we're also making this nice line with full annexation of Guj. I'm doing this mainly because Guj holds a gold province, so this is our second gold mine now, with the third one quite easily accessible in Yarkand. And this is one more of a reason why it's good to attack Tsang rather than diplomatically make them your tributary. Deal with the Karma Kagyu. Because the owner of Lhasa is already our tributary, we are getting 5 mandate, as well as this modifier of cavalry cost and cavalry flanking ability. We already collected quite a few mandate points from our missions. Now this guy can have a little bit of a gift, and this means Tumo Crisis is done. We're getting some additional development, prosperity progress, and this event, which allows us to once again choose 5 mandate. Nah, this guy gotta go. He's just not dying. He's absolutely garbage. So I'm gonna use 50 prestige to get rid of him. 1 stability loss, that's fine. It's worth it. We need the points. Might as well upgrade our advisors to level 3. Exactly why it's important to have savings. This costs 500 ducats, but it's entirely worth it to change this to 5 mandate. Okay, game, now you can actually stop with these events. Like, this is getting costly. Come on, bro. So at this point we have more eunuchs loyalty than influence, and we can revoke one of the privileges. I'm gonna revoke this improved relations one. It's good, but the yearly corruption is really annoying, so get out of here. And we have access to our second government reform. I think the tax modifier is juicy as hell as Ming, but compromise with the nobility has to be the best one, right? I don't even care about a government mechanic. Increased legacy state privilege no longer increases influence, and it doesn't decrease max absolutism. I still think it's quite a bad privilege to give out, but most importantly, stability cost modifier minus 15%. And yearly meritocracy does also help, so I'm gonna take this. The Porcelain Tower of Nanjing, we're getting 100 Splendor, advisor cost reduction, and all power costs minus 2.5% until the death of our ruler. And he's quite young, so this is gonna be really useful. Here, we can select our first Age of Discovery ability. We're gonna go for Aggressive Expansion Impact Reduction. Nah, bro, Tang is crazy. They reduced Kam to 1 province and released Bhutan. Hey, this was supposed to be our subject. What the hell, bro? Anyways, just gonna diplomatically make him a tributary. And I'm making a separate claim on Gorka because I don't intend on making these guys a tributary. What I really want to do is get direct access to Jaunpur, as they hold 1 province that I'm interested in, and this monument right here gives aggressive expansion impact as well as core creation cost minus 10%. And we can have these benefits because the only thing we need to do is harmonize Dharmic religion, and we can also have the same benefits as if we were directly following that religion. After tons of setbacks, we finally have access to temples. So it's time to start building a few of those because they're giving us quite a lot of money. Hey, wanna share some maps, bro? I appreciate that. Now we can see the Timurids, and I would love to get an alliance with these boys. God exists, boys, and this is the proof. Holy crap. Stability, meritocracy, and diplomatic power, let's go. I'm gonna need more money for this one though. 1.1 thousand ducats to increase local defensiveness and to change culture to Shibe. Or lose 5 mandates. So guys, I think this is time you become a little bit more useful and start giving us some more cash. Alright, I was able to squeeze some money. I'm gonna debase currency once and we can do this. New decree time. Well, once again, I'm going for a development cost because we will need to start spawning Renaissance, so we will develop quite a few provinces, or develop 1 province quite a few times. Yeah, so this guy is not co-belligerent. It would be massive aggressive expansion. We are gonna get access to Jaunpur through Jumla anyways, so I'm actually not gonna take any provinces from Turhut. Let's just break all of his treaties so maybe someone else will just annex him. Kathmandu is gonna be a new tributary. Mandate, let's go, let's go. We have 70 already, so soon we're gonna pass another reform. Gonna grab a couple more tributaries because we don't need to annex these guys, to be honest. The question is, what do we do about Mogulistan? He is allied with Jaunpur, but Jaunpur has Gujarat and Multan, so essentially what we could do is use this war to break Jaunpur's alliances. I think it's time we also raise a few banners while we still can, so I'm gonna get 7 of these units. They're really strong, they have additional 5% discipline and it's 50% cheaper to maintain them. I think I'm gonna develop the province of Fengyang as it is really close to other highly developed provinces, so the Renaissance is gonna start spreading quickly. And this is also one of the cheapest provinces to develop with a good trade good, so we're gonna start investing all of our points into this. Nice, we have 42% crown lands and now we can complete the cornerstone of an empire. Because we did not empower the eunuchs, we're getting the alternative reward, which is enacting expand palace bureaucracy. This decree will also give us 20% reduced advisor costs. And this is the exact one that we currently have. With these advisor costs, you know, let's make this guy level 4. No way, dude. Daiviet is offering us to sell a province for 300 ducats. I honestly don't remember the last time I had this happen. Well, sure, I'm gonna take it off you. Why not? It's 9 development. Yeah, okay, I think we're ready. Mogulistan, you better prepare. I'm gonna attack Yarkand as we have a claim. I'm not going for tributary status. I'm just gonna take provinces directly. Let's beat this guy up real quick. What do you think you're doing here, bro? Get out of my face. Bro, wait, what? The Mosque of Beijing. Beijing gets conditional modifier Mosque of Beijing given improved relations plus 15%, max tolerance of headends. Add Ming as historical friend. What do you mean, bro? So I'm gonna be historical friend of my capital? What? The good news is that Jaunpur is completely done. No more Gujarat, no more Mogulistan. Leave. Look at that, man, 95 harmony. And we basically used up the bonus with development costs. We successfully spawned Renaissance in the province of Fengyang. So let's go ahead and start harmonizing one of the religions. Let's go for pagan group first, as this is gonna give us national unrest. I actually really like this. Okay, so I think I won't be taking the gold mine. I cannot get the peace deal that I really wanted to take. So how about we connect our provinces like this? And I'm pretty much just gonna make sure that we can border Uzbek. I think this is decent enough, thank you very much. Screw the gold mines, bro, we're rich as it is. Now we still want to get to 50% crown lands, but the problem is that these guys are exempt from seizing lands and other estates actually do not even have 5%, which means this is really ineffective. I think we will just need to get additional crown lands by developing provinces. In the meantime, let's just go ahead and pass another reform. We can do this one because we have at least 35% crown lands, so this is going to give us monthly autonomy change minus 5%. Some of these guys are starting to be disloyal, so we need to bestow gifts once again. And we have the stability back. It's quite expensive now because we have overextension. Yeah, I'm just gonna take this. This is a problem. We have -6% admin efficiency. But before we give out additional governing capacity, we need to have 50% so we can actually start reforming the administration. Now, we also need these guys to have 60% loyalty to pass form the depots. Okay. I think I'm gonna take promote eunuch rights. This is just a little bit of additional corruption. As long as these privileges don't give too much influence, we're good. Maybe we shouldn't have removed the improve relations one that quickly. Because, yeah, 42% equilibrium is not that good, bro. Yeah, I've made up my mind. We're gonna cancel tributary status with Korea. We no longer have royal marriage with them. Maybe we can ask for additional tribute before doing this. And we're just gonna attack them once we are ready. As much as I loved that advisor cost decrease, we're gonna go for mandate growth as well as all estates loyalty equilibrium. I think this is gonna help us complete missions, and extra mandate never hurts. 0.25 right now. We're getting 0.13 from our tributaries, which we have quite a lot of. Oh, that's nice. Plus 12 religious harmonization progress. That's huge. This is really bad though. We're losing advisor costs, reform progress growth. I think it's worth to invest a few mil points into more meritocracy. There we go. We have Renaissance, finally. So, we're upgrading admin to level 5. And for our first idea group, I think this is the biggest choice. I absolutely love to go for court ideas. Exploration or even expansion is amazing as you can start colonizing, and we're right next to a really rich region. I'm in this case gonna go for court ideas. It's just my personal favorite to start for Ming. And this is an idea set that you don't usually take, so it's a bit more fun to take something more rare. This is gonna be insanely good because it will give us additional meritocracy, mandate growth modifier, reform progress growth plus 20% is massive. All estates loyalty equilibrium, once again, really good for our missions, so I'm gonna start upgrading this. And we can instantly sell this to Ayutthaya, so I'm gonna do that. Almost 2 ducats monthly. I think it's time. We're gonna use Timurids and we're gonna make Uzbek our tributary. Now Gaia, Great Horde, and Afghanistan, I think we got this in the bag. Yeah, we're wrecking Afghanistan. Nice, more harmonization, let's go. Now the interesting thing about tier 3 government reform is that we want to go for examination system for the mission examination system. It will give us some additional bonuses as long as we have this government reform, but we can do this a bit later. What I like to do in the Age of Discovery is to go for regional councils, as this will give us 50% local tax modifier state edict that we can use in this age. So we're gonna start enabling this edict in all of our provinces, and honestly the income is gonna go wild with this. So we're gonna just use this until the Age of Reformation. Later on we're gonna switch it out. Before the month tick we're getting 56 ducats from taxation, and after the month tick we're getting 71. Looks like we have 60 loyalty for eunuchs, so we're done with form the depots. Western Bureau will be granted to eunuchs, which does the following. It gives mandate growth modifier and reform progress growth. Amazing. Another 20% reform progress growth from court ideas. Holy crap, we're stacked. You know, 1.5 thousand ducats, don't mind it. We have 4,000 now. Honestly, crazy. We're gonna start upgrading the Great Wall of China. I'm gonna start investing some manpower, some additional money. Let's finish this a bit quicker. Not only we're making Uzbek our tributary, but we're getting a border with Nogai, which is gonna be our next tributary after that. That's a bit of aggressive expansion, but look at that. No one cares. No one cares. He's loyal as hell. So having this tributary alone is like half of a monarch point monthly, which to be honest is huge. Already we're making 0.40 mandate each month. Workshops, yep, time to get a few of those. Look at how much money this is giving us. 40 ducats balance. And we're running 70,000 army in 1475. Totally balanced. Alright, I was waiting for this. With one click of a button, we're getting Bengal as our tributary. And this is close to 1 monarch point monthly. No, come on, bro. Everything was going so well. And then 1476 Yangtze River flood. The stupid flood hit us again, boys. Really hate the stability hit, and 10 mandate, bro. How the hell did Mavar get to level 7 military that quickly? Like, Jampur is still level 5. I guess it makes sense, his ruler is actually really good, 4 points in all of the categories. More mandate, yes, oh my god, this guy is 75% cheaper. He is accepted culture. So he's gonna be level 5 now. And all of these level 3 and above advisors are also giving us 0.70 yearly meritocracy, which is massive. We ourselves are level 6 now, so this is not bad. Also, unfortunately, this guy gotta go. His stats are just too bad, so we're gonna try and get something better. Hey, level 7 admin. Another idea group. Now for the second group, we will be going with infrastructure ideas, development cost, construction cost, and we're gonna be constructing quite a few buildings. Not to even mention the amazing policy together with court ideas, yearly corruption minus 0.10. It's a massive help for Ming. I love this combo for Ming. I think actually when the devs thought about these two idea groups, they were looking to buff Ming. Because honestly, looking at these bonuses, it looks like it's specifically made for this nation. Oh my god, everybody's destroying our tributary. Oirat and Muscovy are at war with Uzbek. And Noga is being destroyed by Muscovy. Holy, what are these guys doing? Muscovy has 50,000 soldiers and he's the 5th greatest power. Did Ottomans get like crippled by Mamluks or something? Because it seems that Mamluks have a bit too much development in comparison. I would like to see what is happening down there. Alright, so we have developed Canton a little bit and now we can expand the Bogue or Boge, however you spell this. The Pearl Estuary in Canton will be expanded. So I guess it gives us this, right? 20 additional trade power and local governing costs increased minus 50. We are done with the Great Wall of China as well. So there's another mission completed. This is going to be a level 3 building now. And we also gain ramparts in Ningxia as well as 15 army tradition. Yep, okay, I believe we are done with Jampur. Oh no, wait, bro. Did I actually select the wrong CB? No, I went for a tributary war. Oh my god, this was supposed to be a conquest. The problem with a tributary war is that we can only take like a couple of provinces. So yeah, mistakes have been made. We're just gonna take all money and this is gonna be a truce for 7 years. I think that's fine. After 7 years, we will enforce our demands finally. Well, that was stupid. But now we can pass another reform. I think this time I'm gonna go for tolerance of true faith as well as Shizu loyalty equilibrium. Tough choice, boys. I would really love to finish harmonizing, but this is also quite decent. 5 mandate, 1 stability for just 3 progress. Yeah, so we can get rid of this guy. Actually gonna go for the first option. Wait, we actually border Muscovy now. Bro, yet another mission is completed. However, we won't be clicking this one. Because if we complete this one while we also have a manufactory in Beijing, we would get local goods produced +2. So that is quite big. And that is why it's entirely worth to just save this. Wait, we can actually trade some favors with this guy. So Timurids, if we get their trust up and get 150 opinion, he's actually not big enough. He only has 91 development. Yeah, I guess this is what happens when he doesn't integrate his vassals. Okay, boys, I think it's time we start our golden era as well. Now it's gonna be really easy to finish these idea sets. We're gonna focus on admin. And who else has 200 development, bro? It's Bahmanis Bengal or Vijayanagar even. Could we temporarily get like Vijayanagar? I just need a guy in India or Persia with over 200 development to complete this mission. I was hoping to do this with the Timurids, but they are way too weak. Oh wow, that's a decent air. 353. Hey, definitely decent stats. What is happening in this game, bro? Why is everybody in constant wars? Transoxiana right now at war with Timurids, Oman, and Sindh. Holy crap, can you calm down? I'm probably gonna also make Transoxiana a free tributary. And we're just gonna continue expanding through Muscovy because, yeah, that's not gonna be possible with them. We can also finally start reforming the administration because we do have 100 government reform progress and 50% crown lands. So we didn't need to get Unix loyalty to 70. Let's go. -5. We need to do this 4 more times. Here we go. Court ideas done. We're enjoying stability cost modifier -10% as well as monarch diplo skill +1 and diplomatic policies +1. Now, since we're done with that, we can focus on upgrading our diplo technology and finally also upgrading some gold mines. I have not spent a single point on them yet. Oh, look at that. We finally harmonize our first religion. Let's go. So the plan from now is to grow harmony to 90 so that we can complete pure land mission. After we complete this, we're gonna continue harmonizing. Probably for the next one, we're gonna go with Dharmic group, as then we will be unlocking that monument in Jaunpur. Really don't want this guy to join the coalition, so I'm gonna keep sending some gifts to them. Currently there's Afghanistan, Delhi. Yeah, we're good here. So yeah, we can finish this. That's a massive, massive tributary right here. He's instantly happy. He's just excited to give us points. Look at a mandate after finishing court ideas. That's crazy. Half a point every month. Mogulistan, bro. Yeah, you gotta go. Oh no, Bengal declared on Jumper. Oh, let's hope he doesn't take this province. No, he actually views this all as his vital interest. I have a bad feeling. We might have really messed up with that accidental CB. Yeah, I hate it, bro. Of course they took it. Well, you know, that's fine. It would be ages until we can start using the monument anyways. So eventually we will solve that problem. I guess actually next war with Jumper we could... Oh, okay, we cannot full annex them. They're split up in multiple departments here. Just gonna snake to Molva then. And Mewar, and Mewar. One of the best events in the game. We can just click and lose 75 government reform progress. Are you crazy, bro? Once again, we're gonna lose 50 government reform progress and reduce this by 5. So with the autonomy down to 15, we're making 70 ducats balance. You know what? We are rich as hell now, so what I'm gonna do is sell titles and we're gonna remove the single whip law, so these guys are no longer exempt from seizing lands, which means we can start taking crown lands from the eunuchs. This is gonna hurt our income a bit, but we have saved up 6,000 ducats. So what we're gonna do with that is start upgrading some monuments, and most importantly these canals, because they are required for our missions. So this one as well. We can secure this alliance now, so we just need to get some favors with Vijayanagar and we will be able to do another mission. Oh, prospering times as well. And this is in a grain province, so we can make this a big base for manpower. With how many stability cost reduction modifiers we have stacked, it costs only 105 points to boost stability once we are at +1. So really we're gonna reform the administration in no time and completely get rid of the autonomy debuffs. I gotta say, now it's actually starting to be fun to play Ming. Another 10% production efficiency as we finished another infrastructure idea. Even more cash. Yeah, so this is yet another really cool thing. Power projection from insults plus 100%. I just insulted our only rival Muscovy. And look at that, just from this one action we got 20 power projection. So we're also getting +1 mana points for all of the categories now. We're done with another mission, pure land this time. So this changes development of the monument Temple of Confucius by 1. And we're also getting another stability. Yeah, so this is level 1 right now, which means we need to start upgrading this right now. So I'm gonna make one exception. We went with no loans so far. We're gonna take indebted to the Shangbang loans. We're still getting tons of mandates, so no worries about it. And before clicking the mission, we wanna start upgrading the monument so we can instantly get this to level 3. Yeah, this is gonna be massive. At maximum level, 0.50 yearly harmony increase. Now, infrastructure ideas finished. So expand administration cost is -100%, which means we can do this for 1 reform progress. Also, we're gonna reform the administration once again, and we're gonna take this yearly corruption reduction that we have available. And because we completed the mission with a harmony, we can start harmonizing yet another religion. Yeah, actually, Dharmic is even a more religious unity increase than Vajrayana, so I'm gonna go for that. Wow, really, bro? We just needed 1 more year and we wouldn't have Regency, but look at that, guys. The Regent 556. I'm really tempted to even extend the Regency, but she is 64 years old. Oh man. We finally have it, boys. 70 favors with Vijayanagar, which means we are done with Restore the Royal Road. So we're getting additional trade efficiency. Molva for free. Once again, we're making a tributary. I wish we could do this with Mewar. We might be able to if we improve relations, to be honest. But yeah, guys, I think this is enough of Ming for today. So it's 1497. In around 50 years, what we achieved is we harmonized the pagan group. We're currently harmonizing our second religion. 50% crown lands. We don't have any issues with the eunuchs. We managed to pass 4 celestial reforms. We have crazy mandate growth. So in no time, we will pass even more, and we will be able to elevate tributary status, which is an amazing reform. 27 tributaries, boys. So even though our borders look crazy, we made snakes all around. We have this tons and tons of tributaries, even some big ones such as Oirat, Uzbek, Bengal, Molva, Afghanistan. We really have endless expansion possibilities because we have borders with nations like Muscovy, Transoxiana, which we can later take. we probably could even push to have these guys for free if we wanted to. Just need to wait a little bit more until the aggressive expansion is gone. We can, of course, anytime we want, start pushing into Korea, and I think that would be probably my next move because we don't have aggressive expansion in this region. So really, in a couple of wars, we could just full annex them to have some really rich lands and some good monuments in here. And then, of course, we could move ourselves into Japan. We finished both court and infrastructure ideas, which are giving us massive bonuses, not only to our economy, but to boosting stability, mandate growth. Even helps us a lot with the privileges because it does increase our equilibrium for all of them, which we can also increase to our decrease if we wanted to. Now, some of you might be disappointed that I didn't go with colonial ideas, but if this video gets enough support in terms of likes, comments, subscriptions, I will be doing a very special colonial run with Portugal, and it's not gonna be your typical Portugal. You know, Europe expanded, new update, Terra Incognita is being released 30th of June, so might have to do something with that. But yeah, you gotta let me know in the comments if you wanna see that. And with that being said, that's it guys. I will see you in the next video. Peace. Thank you so much for supporting the channel on Patreon and on YouTube to the Whale Biologist, Woeno and Lazar. Your support is really appreciated.